So we have a wild story about daycare and something that happened to a little girl whose mom sent her to a boys and girls club. So not a daycare that you pay for, but still someone who's there to take care of your child. Her daughter came back home, and she usually has a bit of a unibrow, like a lot of kids do growing up.
She's a kid.
And the unibrow was gone. She had two perfectly separated eyebrows. How did this happen at the Boys and Girls Club? The mom is livid and wants answers.
Makes me mad. Mama Begley would go in there and throw a fit. You do not do those things to my child. I have not authorized that.
No.
You're not going to put your hands on. I don't care if
if
they need it changed. No, it makes me angry. You do not have the authority to put your hands on my child.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
I pay you to follow, right?
The rules.
To follow the rules.
I trust you. Yeah, I trust you.
Is that common sense? Or is this someone saying, you never said I couldn't do this?
Oh, well, then I'd be mad at myself for picking someone like that to watch my child.
And a lot of people in the comments, not ours, but on social media, have been saying, did the child ask the caretakers at the Boys and Girls Club to do it to her? And if the child did ask, should they be allowed to?
No, I just, I asked the question, is it common sense? It's like a rhetorical question almost too, because it's like, duh. No, like I remember I couldn't even get my eyebrows waxed.
Oh no!
Until I was like in high school, and I had a unibrow. But it was just one of those. In other cultures, maybe it's different. Just like piercings in other cultures are part of a cultural like sacredcy. So at an early age, these kids have piercings. But this is, I don't think that. This wasn't no, we're going to wax you in the same way that one gets pierced ritually. No, this is a young kid, and they need,
She's still developing.
It's A, for developmental reasons. B, wax is not good for your skin. It rips off the top layer of your skin, which is why years ago I reverted to, not reverted, but I just changed over to threading. So all I do is I thread my brows. I just did it last night. I thread my upper lip.
You do it yourself?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
I go to a threader. But it's a technique where your top layer of skin is not ripped off. So I fear for the child's skin on top of the pain. It doesn't tickle.
I fear for that child's brows in the future because
touching too soon.
Exactly. You should not touch your eyebrow hairs too soon. I wish that I hadn't in life because that unibrow could turn into Olivia Colpo eyebrows and make her a lot of money. Is all I'm saying. So I'm upset with the caretakers for that reason. And it's a little bit trivial. But honestly, she's a cute little girl.
Yeah,
I get it. I'm also upset for the fact that this is having to do with body image.
Yes.
Ooh,
cheers to that.
Cheers to that, because teaching at a young age that, okay, having a unibrow is disgusting. When it's like, honestly, it's actually on trend right now. Frida Kahlo, very trendy right now, yes. On top of that, it's just one of those things that, I mean, think about... It's just kind of a far stretch, but like Madonna with like growing out the underarm hairs. Once you start, to some people that's disgusting, but once you actually start seeing it, it's like, what is the big deal? It's extra hair.
If it's you,
It's like extra hair. Like who cares? I know hygiene is a thing, but I just think that you're teaching a child, and not from the parent's perspective. This is from a babysitter. You're teaching them that what they have is not good enough, and constant modification is absolutely necessary. When it should be about choice and loving yourself first. And then if you want like some enhancements or whatever throughout your life, so be it. We're human beings, but you don't need it.
Right. That's something you have to instill, and we've talked about this.
The impressions
at nauseum. You have to do it at a very young age, and to put this little girl through pain associated with something that should be beauty, it's just too young.
Yeah, beauty is...
That's like the drugstores where they're changing their marketing plans to make it be normal. Like, you know, you're not glamtastic over the top.
David Wong, he's always very funny. And he's in here every day, too, just FYI.
Okay.
Common sense, in quotations, is not an accurate description since sense is no longer commonly practiced.
Oh, no, you're fine.
I was like, what is this?
She's watching us.
Anyway,
David.
Common sense. I agree with you. People need to practice a little bit more common sense these days.
But is common sense something you can teach? No. So it's like, where are we losing common sense? Like, where did common sense get lost?
Maybe an entitlement. Maybe an entitlement, like, you know, like I feel entitled. I can put my hands on you. I can do this. I know what's best for your kid. You know, like I think maybe somewhere along there.
There have to be ways as a parent to create this idea that you are not entitled and you just have boundaries. Like, it's a boundary thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Has mom responded?
Has your mom?
No, excuse me. No, the mom in this story. Like, where are we with this story? Because I know you've done the research on it.
Yes, sorry. Okay. So, mom reached out to the Boys and Girls Club and is waiting for an official response back to them. The article that I read also reached out to the Boys and Girls Club, but they have not responded as of yesterday.
So, Boys and Girls Club, from my understanding, you're not necessarily paying for that.
They actually do a lot of great things in the community, which makes the story even worse.
Yes.
Which is interesting because this is not when you're paying for something. Do they feel entitled because you're not, as a parent, paying? So they almost feel like, where are the parents?
Right.
And we don't know the full story of this child, right? Maybe has mom and dad been kind of MIA? Have the Boys and Girls Club really taken
engaged
them in?
To want to put out on social media that this happened to her child. You can only assume that the mother is really engaged in what's happening with her child.
Right. I would just like to hear from the Boys and Girls Club as to why they did this. Yeah. Not to say that I just would hate to come at them because they do so much good in the community. And this could have been one really bad choice by someone who works there that now is affecting the entire culture of what the Boys and Girls Club have provided. For so many people have been so successful in life. I mean, you can go down the list of performers, of artists. Who grew up. Alicia Keys.
Yes.
You remember the commercial?
Denzel Washington is one of them. Love those. I know, right?
So that's what sucks about all of this, too.
Here we have a discussion about boundaries in general when it comes to daycares and facilities that take care of your children.
Okay.
So Jessica Downey, I get the impression that maybe she worked at one. We'll see how this goes. So she asks, how do people think that they have the right to touch other people's kids? I feel weird when a little kid asks me to help them on a slide or the swing at the playground. I'm like, go ask your mom if you can get some help.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
You just never know, especially with all of the, I'll call them wackos, all of the ill-minded people out there who don't have boundaries, again, as it relates to children.
But the difference, again, is that these kids who are going to the Boys and Girls Club, this is a safe haven after school or maybe before school, you hope. So it is a little different when you're at a playground and the parents are physically there. Then you go, okay, their parent is here. You feel as though there's that shield between them and you. Where when your job is to take care of these kids, maybe at some point you lose control of what the boundaries are because you feel like they're yours. I'm not protecting Boys and Girls Club. I'm just trying to understand all the sides to it. But this is, at the end of the day, this upsets me.
Yeah.
The comments have switched. They were clearly reading the intro to our Facebook Live and jumped to our conversation about smokers who are requesting, or non-smokers, I'm sorry, who would like to have more vacation days than smokers because they say all of the accumulated time that smokers take to go out and have cigarette breaks could be summed up and used for non-smokers for extra vacation days.
So equality in the workplace.
Exactly. A little balance.
As a non-smoker, I don't feel like...
Are you slighted? Yeah. Are you slighted by this time?
Yeah, like, no. I don't... No, I feel like that's something that is a choice / addiction, right?
Yeah.
True. And they have to go out and do this, and I don't want to say
so then the argument, but then the argument could be made that if you're using extra time, does that remove days from your vacation time? I don't know. This isn't my opinion. I'm just saying it could happen.
I just say you do you. You're a grown woman. Do you, and let them do them.
I don't.
Right?
I don't want to compare myself. I have friends who are smokers, and I don't feel like, well, they're getting more time to
all
smoke.
The judgment.
I need more time to smoke. Do you?
Do you?
I'll do me.
And welcome you.
And welcome you. And thank you. It's a wild weather day. Keep it locked to ABC 10 on television. Kirsten Holmes is coming up right now.
Yes.
And then also keep it locked to Facebook all day, ABC 10 TV, right here. Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. We're posting pictures. Send in your pictures. You're the eyes and the ears out in our community in Northern California as this wind, this rain, and the snow comes on down. So.
And we are off tomorrow, guys.
Oh, yeah,
no extra shot tomorrow. So we'll see you back on Monday.
Keep it locked. Go to my Instagram all weekend long. I'm going to the Oscars. Marcus Allen and I will be down in Los Angeles, so follow me. We're taking you behind the scenes. Bye.
I love this music.
It is very Oscars.